Hey everybody, welcome back to 3 Day Weekend. I'm your host Chris. I'm here with the Kodiak. This is a 2001 Kodiak 400. And if you recall from the last video, we're working on the starter clutch, which had gone bad. So I've ordered a new one and it is in, and it sits right here. And I've got that part too, which is different. We'll go over all that. Hopefully I can get this thing to turn over today. That's the goal anyway. Well, let's see what we can do. I said in the first video that this was a 2002. It's not an 02, it's an 01. And that's a very important difference because in 02 they changed the design and messed up my whole plan. This is the starter clutch gear out of a 2002 or newer, and this is out of a 2001 and slightly older. You'll see they've changed the design. This now has a sleeve in it with oil channels versus this is open and it rides on this needle bearing right here. So the difference is $300 for an OEM starter clutch with the gear, or $60 for an aftermarket starter clutch with a gear. This gear is not going to work. But this starter clutch appears to be the same. So I'm thinking, I'm going to try it. I'm just going to pull the starter clutch off the rotor. I'm going to install that one onto the rotor with my existing gear, put it all together, and see what happens. That's the plan. Will it work? Will it not work? I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm gonna put this back in. Put the needle cage on first, then the woodruff key. And then we can slide this over it. And I'll lock into position. Okay. Alright, now I just need to clean up the seal. This might take a little bit. You've seen me, I've been dousing it pretty good with some oil because my intention is to put this cover on and crank it without filling the oil. I'm trying to put on this gasket, but it's nearly impossible. So I'm just gonna cheat and put a couple dabs to hold it until I get the bolts set. That'll be our little secret, okay? This gasket is an aftermarket gasket and came in the cheapest packaging I've ever seen. So just trying to get it out, I ripped it. Magnet got me. Darn it. There's not a good way that I know of to keep this rotor from jumping out at you while you're trying to put everything together. This time we're going to go for a more high-speed stealth attack. I think that was it. Got it all lined up, seated in, tight-ish. I'll torque them here in a minute. I'm gonna put the starter back in position next and turn it over. As you see, it's got no fuel tank. Fuel is completely off. I'm not gonna run it. I just want to turn it over and see if it's gonna slip or if it starts fine. Well, not starts, turns over fine. Okay, got the starter in. Oh my gosh. The hole's filled up with dirt, so I had to vacuum them out, take the air box off to get to it. What a mess. But now I am ready to see if it'll turn over. Let's find out. Sounds about the same. I honestly don't know if that's starter or one-way bearing. Darn it. Okay. Well, whatever it is, I got it to fail. Now we get to tear it back apart and find out where the issue is. Yay! I'm ordering a starter. I can't get it to do it now, but I kept touching it. It's not even in the thing. it's just sitting free. And if I hold it all down and hit it, it was making the noise. Of course, I can't do it now. It's got to be the starter. I got a brand new starter. Yep. Okay. Let's see if it'll turn it over. The answer is no. I have to take that cover back off again. Starter's turning, but now the one-way's not doing anything. Oh my gosh, this thing is a nightmare. Well, I found the issue. Remember earlier when I said, hey, I'll order this one-way bearing and put it with the old gear, and it seemed to be working. Yeah, it works great. Oh, there's that noise. That's the noise we've been fighting. So, that's my problem. I'm going to, as much as I don't want to, I'm going to order this one gear and pair it with this bearing and see if that works. It's just so much money for both of these things. OEM? I just don't want to. But I'm afraid that I might have to in the end. I don't know. This is that part when you look back and you're working on something, you say, I should have just gotten that right from the beginning and I could have put it back together. That's how I feel about this right now. Should I just get that part and be done with it? Or try one more thing? I don't know. Alright, well stay tuned. Hopefully it won't be that long and I'll have this next part in.